Hello everyone. I want you to either pause this video or kind of put a question out there into your loved ones, your angels, your spirit guides, and kind of see what they have to say. We're going to pull some timing cards and kind of get a time frame on some things, but let's see what they have to say about your situation or, advice about your situation as of now. We're going to pull some cards to get a base into the energy. As always, if you're interested in your own personal reading, the link to that is in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. This is a collective, so take it as it resonates with you. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see. What do your spirit guides have to say to you? What do your loved ones have to say to you when it comes into this situation? What's some advice for your situation as of now? Let's go ahead and pull 3 cards. What are the messages for my collective? Ooh, okay. We're going to pull the top one from here. We're going to pull that one and this one right here. All right, we have twin flames. We have strong soulmate. We have telepathic, spiritual, divine connection. Love that. We have self-love. We have intentions focused on desires of the heart, self-worth, expansion, manifesting. Wow. And we have watching. We have spying. Okay. This is not meant to be a romance reading, all right? But those who are, either just broken up with somebody, worried about a connection, kind of going through it with my, if those collectives that are kind of going through it with their partners, things like that, those who are broken up, okay? I feel like there's somebody that is kind of like spying on you, watching you from afar when it comes into situations, okay? And you could be picking up on their energy a lot, but they're definitely trying to figure out or keeping tabs on what you're doing. They're kind of watching out for you. Now, for others of you, I definitely feel that your loved ones, your spirit guides are coming forward to kind of tell you that it's time for you to focus on what matters to you, okay? When it comes into self-love, I feel that you are very noticed by others. I feel that a lot of people kind of like keep tabs on you, kind of want to do what you do, or they kind of watch out for what you're doing in a way or in a place. I do feel like that could be something here where I feel like there could be people that watch for you or kind of keep tabs on you, and that could make you feel a little insecure. That could make you feel a little worried, right? Because I feel there could be people talking about you and maybe not always in the best way, but I just feel like it's because like they're always so worried about what you're doing or things like that. I just feel like you're very noticeable, if that makes sense, okay? Now for others of you as well, all right, when it comes into this, I do feel like with this self-love coming forward, I really want you to focus on what are you trying to attract for yourself. And I feel this is your loved one is like kind of getting real with you, where it's like, I want you to focus, the collective that's watching this, I really want you to think about when it comes into life overall, right? If you could picture yourself in the perfect, relationship and the perfect work job or in the perfect home and the perfect placement for you, okay, what would that look like, okay? And if you're allowing other situations where it's like it's not matching that energy, why is it around you? Because I feel like it's like focus on your desires, focus on your worth. If there's somebody in your life or in your bubble, in your realm that's not kind of valuing you, that's not kind of watching, who you are and kind of seeing your self-worth, right? It's time for you to take a step away, because I do feel like there is a divine connection. Now, for others of you, I do feel that this goes in with this self-love, that there is a divine connection. And I do feel like there could be somebody like trying to watch in on your relationship, things like that. Let's go ahead and just pull one more card. Let's pull one piece of advice from our loved ones. One piece of advice. All right, we have pause. All right, you are being asked to pause before making any quick decisions moving forward, allowing yourself to take a step back, look at all the possible outcomes. Make sure you are heading in the right direction before moving forward. Okay, my collective, it is time for you, because I just said this, it is time for my collective, the collective watching this. It is time for you to take a step back and really focus on what it is that you're trying to attract. And for some of you, this may be relationships, and with, you know, with twin flames, things like that. It doesn't always have to be a relationship, but like in a romantical way. This could be friendships, this could be family members, this could be a workplace. I want you to take a step back and really look into what's like divine for you, what matches you. If you could change something about a situation, what would that be, and why would that be? And why aren't we changing it? Why aren't we heading towards making those changes, right? I do feel like for some of you, there could be a sense of settling in some way, shape, or form, where it's like you're not seeing your worth the way that you should. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. See what else wants to come forward. We're just going to pull 3 cards. Let's pull 3 energy cards. 3 energy cards from our loved ones. All right, we have understanding. Understanding is the key to a deep connection. We have self-love. You have self-love coming out twice here. We have compassion. And we have hope. Okay. I feel with this coming forward, your loved one is saying that you're very understanding, or maybe sometimes like there shouldn't be room for understanding, but you are a very understanding type of person. I feel for some reason, I feel when it comes into this, it's like you could understand, you may not do something or put somebody through a situation, but it's like you understand why somebody did something that they did or whatever, even if you maybe wouldn't have done the same thing, right? Now, for others of you, I do feel like there's a sense here where it's like, I feel that there's a sense of like understanding your heart, right? And understanding that maybe you're not asking for too high hoped, or you're not being too materialistic, you're not being too this, you're not being too that. I do feel like there's a sense of like kind of understanding yourself a little bit and allowing your heart to kind of speak its mind in one way or another. I feel like kind of being compassionate towards yourself. If you're unhappy in a situation in one way or another, right? This is collective, so take it as it resonates. But I feel like it's time for you to kind of be compassionate towards yourself and allow yourself to kind of hope for something more, or allow yourself to kind of see the brighter sides of other situations. Because I feel like you could be a little too harsh on yourself or a little too hard when it comes into this. And for some of you, this could be where it's like you want a better relationship, you want a better job, but it's like you maybe feel like you're being too high maintenance, or you're being too materialistic, or you know, you need to be grateful for what you have, which I do feel absolutely, but understanding that you deserve more is okay. Understanding that you deserve to be, you know, seen with self-worth is okay. I do feel that this message as well is, I do feel that there might be somebody coming forward for you as well, for some of my collective. Again, this is only going to resonate with some of you, that there could be somebody coming in where it's like you have a past connection with them, okay? And it's like they've been watching you from afar from a while. And for most of my collective, I feel you're moved on. And this to me is like where it's like you are kind of gaining some understanding in certain places. And I do feel like that's kind of opening you up to new possibilities. And when I say this, it's like you understand why somebody did something the way that they did, or you understand certain ways. And I do feel that's kind of bringing you some closure in some certain situations. I do feel that you are somebody who's gonna like be the one that has compassion. Again, that goes for my collective, where it's like you may not have done this to this person, but you understand, you know, certain things. I do feel, and that only goes for some of my collective, like there's gonna be somebody reaching out to you. But I feel that you're kind of aware that you've been feeling their energy, so you might be aware. All right, let's go ahead and pull 4 tarot cards. We're going to pull 4 tarot cards. We're going to just see, what do our loved ones have to say? We have the Hermit. Again, I do feel like the Hermit is kind of that pause moment. So there is a big thing here about my collective kind of taking a step back to have some understanding in a situation. Understanding a connection maybe. For some of you, this could be where it's like understanding your own connection in certain places, ways, shapes, or form, where it's like you may be looking for a certain type of love. And again, this is a collective reading, so I want you to take it as it resonates with you. But for some of my collective, this could be where it's like kind of taking a step back and understanding, where it's like you're understanding somebody else's perspective in something and having compassion for somebody or something. And, you know, for some of my collective, I do want you to love yourself and view yourself the way that you want others to view you, okay? And the reason I'm saying that is because you do have a lot of self-love out here. And so I don't want you to kind of like expect somebody else to be able to give you that love, right? I want you to feel that within yourself. And I do feel where it's like kind of giving yourself compassion for your own emotions as well. We have the King of Cups and we have the Four of Swords. I feel in order to get stable in your emotions about a situation or something, kind of taking a step back. Kind of putting yourself on rest, not focusing on the worry, not focusing on the anxiety. I'm going to pull one more card for my collective. All right, this card wanted to come out. We have the Four of Wands. Okay, for my collective, I'm just going to pull a time frame. Let's kind of see what time frame wants to come forward. All right, so we have August coming forward, and so August could be significant when it comes into whatever we're asking about, but I just am pulling a time frame because I'm like, what is this all about? And August is coming up, right? June, we're about to be in June, so we July and August, okay. I feel whatever this is about, you could be either, and you might be hearing from somebody in August. I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel like there could be somebody that you're hearing from in August, which kind of gives you some clarity about a situation, all right? Because your loved ones and your spirit guides are really talking about, I feel really focusing on you. What are you looking for, okay? Now, if you need closure in certain situations, I feel that could be kind of coming for you either physically, or that could be kind of just coming forward for you, mentally, where you're getting some closure in some situations, you're having some understanding, and it's like where you feel the lack of energy, I just feel like you're kind of fulfilling that for yourself. I do feel like there's a sense of being more stable on emotions in some way, shape, or form, okay? This could be about a relationship, this could be about a job, this could be about a career, a living situation, take it as it resonates for you, but wherever it is that you kind of feel very unstable about something emotionally, and this could be where it's like you're really worried about it, you really struggle to see a brighter path on something, right? I do feel like there's a sense of kind of like quieting yourself, all right? And, you know, with this watching, I do feel like this could be where it's like you feel very intimidated, and not in a bad way, all right, collective? I don't feel like this is where it's like you feel intimidated in a bad way, but it's like, you know, people are watching you, you know, people have things to say, you know, this, that, or the other. I want you, when it comes into this self-love, to feel very stable in yourself, where it's like, no matter what this person's saying, what this person's saying, what that's saying, it doesn't matter, okay? You're at peace with this. You're not going to get anxiety from this person, that person, you know, whatever it might be. You're not going to feel that. You're going to kind of feel kind of at peace or kind of calm. And when you do start to feel anxiety, you kind of put yourself in a place, I feel, more of resting, okay? With this compassion, I feel when it comes, for some of my collective, I'm just going to be honest, there could be some hateful energy that comes towards you in some way, shape, or form, all right? And when that comes forward, we have, I also am shuffling loved one cards. We have energy coming forward and angels. We'll get to those in a second. Sometimes there might be some like hateful energy that's kind of projected upon you. I just want you to take that with a grain of salt, if that makes sense, and just return it in love. Okay, don't take it, just accept it and return it in love, because I just feel like this person, like whatever this is, and this could be in words, this could be, because again, watching, like you could have like, you know, a really mean boss, you could have, you know, negative people around you, but whatever this is, just like return any of that negative energy, but return it in love. And when I was just saying that, energy coming forward wanted to pop out. With this coming forward in the mediumship deck, I feel your loved one is coming forward to tell you, it's like, you don't focus on anybody else's energy, okay? Energy is energy. When we talk about our spirit guides, when we talk about our loved ones, things like that, what they're saying is like spirit reads energy for energy, not positive, not negative. So what you put out there is what you get back. If you're focusing on the worry, on the stress, on things like that, that's what you're going to receive. You have understanding energy as well to me. And it says, on this card, it says, expand your awareness, and you will discover, the way that energy works. And with this coming forward, I want you to take a step back. You have pause, you have energy, you have the Hermit. I want you to take a step back and be really aware of the way that you kind of feel about situations. I don't feel like you're a negative person, okay, collective? I do not feel like my collective is, negative and in bad energy. But, when you experience certain situations, you could feel really anxious, really worried about certain things. And I feel when it comes into this, Spirit's like, you can match up with what's divine to you, okay? That's what I want you to focus on. What is divine to you? What matches with you? And that's the energy I want you to focus in on. I want you to feel very stable in this and not focus on the worries, not focus on the insecurities. And I feel with this, because we have in August, I feel that you'll start to notice the energy start moving in August if you keep up with whatever this is and not focus on the worry, but focus on what it is that you're looking to kind of experience. Look into, the energy that you want to expand into. You have angels coming forward. Your loved one is definitely a part of your spiritual team now. I feel like they're here to kind of guide you and kind of bless you with some unconditional love, unconditional abundance. And here's the thing. I feel in order to kind of receive this, it's like they're asking you to pray to them, to kind of open up that door for them so they can give you that guidance. Let's go ahead and pull 2 more cards. All right. We have blessings coming forward. Oh, all right. We have keys coming forward, and you have the keys twice. So there could be a sense of moving for some of my collective 4 of Wands. That could also reference in the home, or kind of like opening up a new door. Your loved ones are really talking about, I do feel whatever this comes into, don't discredit yourself or don't discount yourself when it comes into certain situations where you feel you can't expand, where you focus on worry, where you focus on the lack of. I want you to take a step back and really focus on your manifesting. I really want you to pray in to your loved ones and to your angels, because I feel that if you start to listen to the guidance, if you start to kind of focus in on your wants, your desires, you'll start to notice some changes made by August, okay? Now, completely separate message, I do feel that there could be somebody that's reaching out to you in a sense, okay? And I don't feel like you're necessarily open and interested into kind of conversating or being open with this person. I just want you to take what they have to say with a grain of salt and kind of, I feel like it kind of gives you some understanding, and I feel that this person could have kind of done you wrong or maybe not been the best to you, but it's like you're receiving this and you're trying to just I feel that they're kind of reaching out to you in a sense of their healing as well, and just kind of allowing that to happen. I think your main focus is kind of what's divine for you, and that's where you're really focused on. And I feel this is kind of happening for you, where it's everything is kind of making the pace in August. With this, we have trust, and this is trust what is meant for you will always find you, okay? Do not discredit yourself from things. I do feel like there's some new doors to be opened. There's some blessings coming in. I want you to pray into your loved one, pray into your angels. Don't discredit yourself from the divine. You are just as blessed, okay? Just because you've experienced some hardships or you've experienced some things doesn't mean that you don't get to experience the good side. All right, collective, I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care.